This year, 2022, makes it 3 years since SKN Moves has been in existence. So to celebrate its third anniversary, its organizers are embarking on a not 1, not 2, not 3-week commemoration, but instead a 7-week campaign to create awareness, but more importantly, to facilitate change in several critical health aspects. Here to tell us about the 7-week campaign are Dr. Marissa Carty, Health Promotion Unit Coordinator, and Isalean Phillip, the SKN Moves NGO Representative Committee member. Good morning, ladies, and welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Our pleasure to have you once again.
Good morning, good morning. Happy to be here again.
Our pleasure. So let's kick it off with the first question. Why spread the campaign over 7 weeks rather than a month?
Well, this actually started last year. We looked at the activities that the Health Promotion Unit was putting on during this time, August, September, and we recognized that a number of them fit into the tenets of SKN Moves, which are healthy eating, physical activity, and getting your health checks. Additionally, the SKN Moves launch was on August 9th, which is our actual anniversary. So we looked at that and said, you know what, why not commemorate the anniversary with a 7-week campaign, which starts with our Breastfeeding Week, which usually happens around the first week in August, and then it ends with Caribbean Wellness Week, which is the second week in September.
All right, so there's some synchronicity there.
Yes, there is.
Well, congratulations on the third-year anniversary, of course.
Thank you so very much.
And let's talk about the activities of the first week.
Sure.
First question, why is breastfeeding so important?
Well, one of the things that we have found from lots of research is that exclusive breastfeeding for about 6 months is actually beneficial for adults, and when you get older, it reduces your risk of developing chronic diseases. There's lots of research out there that shows that. And so that's one of the reasons why we encourage our mothers as much as possible, because we do understand, it can get very busy and so forth, and some mothers may not be able to, but it is one of the things that we are encouraging. Exclusively breastfeed up until about 6 months. If it is possible for you to go beyond that, we encourage that as well, but at least up until 6 months, and it is beneficial for later on in life.
Wow, that is so good to know.
So both parent and child benefit.
Exactly.
Okay, so what are SKN Moves third anniversary activities?
Okay, so I'll just share that information with you. During the first week, which is from August 1st to 5th, we have our Breastfeeding Week, where we're just concentrating on getting the general public to understand the benefits of breastfeeding. During the second week, which is August 8th to 13th, that's the actual SKN Moves anniversary week. So on the 9th, we will be having health screening in Independence Square, and we are grateful to have the ICDF Metabolic Chronic Disease Program on board with us for that. And so we'll be having that in the Independence Square. And then on the 13th, we usually have the health walk the Saturday before the anniversary, but we do recognize our political climate right now. And so we decided, which would have been the 6th, by the way, we decided to push it to the Saturday after. So on the 13th, we'll have our SKN Moves Health Walk to commemorate that anniversary. And then we have from August 15th to the 21st is our In Your Kitchen Week. So that week we focus on the importance of nutrition, healthy eating, and also we've been engaging the general public with our In Your Kitchen cooking competitions. We've had 4 competitions so far, one in Bastille, one in Sandy Point, one in Nevis, and I'm forgetting where the 4th one was, in Keon, right. And so the winners of those 4 competitions will now come together for the final competition, which should be held on the 21st of August. And then we have from the 22nd to the 27th, we have our Healthy Drinking Week. And that's where Isalean comes in, and I'm sure she'll be able to share some more information about that. The 5th week is our mindfulness and mental health week. That is from August 29th to September 3rd. Now, I don't know how much you just, when you're having a meal, for example, and you just sit down and just concentrate and just think about what you're eating and just think about self and, reflect on what you have to do as an individual. That's what mindfulness is all about. And because we have such busy lives, we don't really get the time to do that much anymore. And so we want to use this week to encourage persons to get back to self, get back to being mindful. And it's also an opportunity for us to share what we are doing in terms of mental health from the Ministry of Health's perspective as well. And then during week 6, we look at self-care and management. And one of the programs we have in the health promotion unit is the chronic disease self-management program. So what that program does is it encourages persons with chronic diseases, persons who may live with persons with chronic diseases or take care of those individuals. We have a 6-week program where you do 2 hours per week, teaching them different tools on how to take care of themselves, things they should look for example, reading labels and those kinds of things, even talking how to speak to your doctor about your condition and so forth. These are some of the things we look at during that program to help persons to be able to manage their conditions better. And then our final week is our Caribbean Wellness Week. It starts off on September 10th with Caribbean Wellness Day. So on that day, we are hopefully going to be engaging the general public with our Living with NCDs webinar again. We are working on putting that together. And then on the Tuesday of that week, which will be the 13th, we have our National Fruit Day. And then on the 15th, we have, because it's a short week this week, we have our National Sneaker Day. So those are our activities for the Caribbean 7-week campaign.
I can see why it has to be 7 weeks.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yes.
Yeah.
But 7 out of 52. I mean, really, we should be doing this all year.
Hey, all year, exactly.
Apparently, I was given something to do during the break, so I'll just start it this way by saying, drink some water, share some love, tell your body you're sweet enough. And now I can pivot to Isalean, now that I've successfully completed that challenge, to talk all about what's going on in the week in which we'll have a water challenge.
Yes, so good morning. Thank you again for inviting us on. So week 4 is actually the healthy drinking week of the 7-week SKN Moves campaign. And last year it would be the first time that we had the healthy drinking week. And we had focused on reducing consumption. Your Sweet Enough is all about reducing consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages. So that we kind of advocate and encourage people to do that. And so we have a water challenge that we host and coordinate. So as part of the health and well-being and our contribution to the SKN Moves committee. And so part of the challenge is essentially to have individuals who are willing to participate to drink only water for the entire week. So there's an app where we encourage participants to record their water intake, and the person who drinks the most water by the end of the week wins. So last year we had 3 persons, so top 3 persons, so it was pretty successful last year, I should say. And so this year we plan to also have the challenge again, and it's really to encourage persons to reduce their consumption of sugary drinks and take the health challenge, like a number of the other health challenges that we'll be having across the 7 weeks. And then this year, one of the differences, improvements, I'd say we can say, is that we're also including a little bit of information and awareness about alcoholic beverages. So we're trying to get persons to be conscious of their alcohol intake as well. So part of the week, we also want to have we'll be hosting a panel discussion with different representatives to talk about how we can create a healthy drinking culture. So that's not just about reducing SSB consumption, but also how we think about our alcohol consumption as a society. So thinking about when we go to events and just our regular daily lives, so how can we get into more conversations so that people can drink more responsibly in terms of SSBs and alcohol, of course. So those are the activities for the Healthy Drinking Week. So the water challenge, and then we'll have a panel discussion around how to create a healthy drinking culture, and then of course, you can always look forward to hearing more about the jingle and that awareness building around drinking more water, because it's all better for all aspects of our health and wellness.
What about coconut water, Isalean?
Of course, we encourage people to drink coconut water.
As long as it's not sweetened.
Exactly, it's all about.
Because they do sell sweetened coconut water.
Yes. So how would we know if
if
Carty from to buy mine on the side of the road?
Okay, on the side of the road is a little different. Okay. I would suggest making sure you sit and pour it from the coconut yourself.
Okay, got you.
So that's a good way. But in the supermarkets, if you're buying the imported coconut water, then you read the label. And the label would have on whether or not it has added sugar.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
I have to say, those labels are really tiny, so I know that it's a challenge for people to read those labels.
That is true,
But yes, big advocates for unsweetened coconut water. So shout out to the vendors who be selling the coconut water on the street. They're very good.
So does that count during that week when we have the water challenge?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
We're encouraging the pure water.
Pure water.
Yes.
Yeah, we're encouraging the pure water.
No cheating.
Oh my God. So ladies, females in particular talk about self-care, but this part of the campaign has to do with self-care management. Is it only for females? Is it for men as well?
No, it's for men as well. It's for, like I said, it's for persons who either have a chronic condition, so it could be male or female, or for persons who take care of individuals with chronic conditions, so that they will know exactly what the needs of these persons are and even help them to be able to manage their condition as well. So it is not gender specific at all.
That's at all. So gentlemen, you two are included.
I have to say that I see the benefit in this because I had a coworker once who had to take care of her mother who had insulin. She had to give her the injections and all that. And there are a lot of people in our society who struggle with NCDs and they need the assistance. So thank you so much for that. Let's talk now about Caribbean Wellness Week. How did it originate?
Well, actually, Caribbean Wellness Day originated from our heads of government here in the Caribbean, CARICOM. But after they met at a Port of Spain declaration, they basically made a commitment to the region for reducing NCDs. And they commemorated that commitment with Caribbean Wellness Day. Now, the Pan American Health Organization then established Caribbean Wellness Week, which basically follows, it's the week following Caribbean Wellness Day. And so we here in St. Kitts kind of lumped everything together. And so we start off with Caribbean Wellness Day, which is always the second Saturday in September. And then we have the activities following the week after. Now, the first time we started doing these activities, we were asked by our minister then, which was Minister Wendy Phipps, to have these activities be a part of the Independence calendar. And so that's one of the reasons why you would hear that the day, for example, starts with National, because it is a part of the Independence Week of activities. So we have National Fruit Day, which is always this Tuesday of that week. And then what would have been on the Friday of that week is usually our National Sneaker Day. But because Friday is National Heroes Day this year, we brought it forward to the Thursday. Yes.
Lovely. So, Isalean, how can someone have a more active role in the 7-week campaign and perhaps volunteer to assist with one of the activities?
Oh, so I think there's a website for SKN Moves, and so all of the activities and the challenges are on the website. It's actually a very nice website, very informative. Kudos to Dr. Carty on that. So I'd encourage people to check the website, and then you can see all the different challenges that will be on there, and you can register. So you can register via that website for our water challenge as well. And sorry, second part of the question.
And how can they volunteer to assist with one of the activities?
So volunteering to assist, well, I know at least for Lake Health and Wellbeing, we accept volunteers to support the work that we do all the time. And of course, I believe, on the committee with Dr. Carty is also very open. We share volunteer contacts. We know we have students from the medical school who are always interested in working in the public health space. So Lake Health and Wellbeing as an organization, we accept volunteers who are interested in working with us to support us with coordinating things like our Water Challenge Week, and of course, Dr. Carty and the Ministry of Health are also open to volunteers.
And if you could allow me to just very quickly add that during that 7-week, we also have what we refer to as the Ready, Set, Sweat Challenge. So it's a weight loss challenge with an exercise component. One of our committee members, Mr. Adolphus Jones, he actually created the exercises. They're about 1 minute. So each week, we're going to be putting out the exercises that persons will be able to do during the week, a different exercise each week. And as you go through the week, you ramp up the reps, the number of times you're doing each exercise. So all of that, and that is throughout the 7 weeks as well. And then afterwards, all of our participants in the challenges for the 7 weeks, the winners, first, second, and third, will receive an award during our award ceremony. So that's something to look forward to. We're not just asking persons to engage, but we're also giving them an incentive to do so.
Yeah, with a dolphin. All right. We know, indeed.
Yes, Dolly he could be quite intense sometimes, but we'll have it.
He means well. He means well.
Yes.
He means well. He sure does.